Hey y'all, hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Look, grab your notebook, grab your pen, guys. This is going to be a super comprehensive workshop, right? 10 steps to launch and or relaunch your side hustle, your business, how to scale your side hustle. I'm going to help you tonight make some extra money. If you are on here, hey y'all, hey. So first of all, let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Guys, launching a business and making extra money can be super complicated and overwhelming. So guys, in tonight's workshop, I specifically outlined ways you can launch a business, some ways, some side hustles that are in demand, some extra resources, but more importantly, I put it into bite size. Look, bite size, y'all. Look, look, the devil already. Look, I've been talking all day. My throat. I put it into bite-sized steps so that you can execute. Guys, somebody put in the comments, put the word execute. Because one thing I've learned is that if you are overwhelmed, if you are frustrated, if it's too much information, you'll do absolutely nothing. And so my goal is to make sure I'm sharing information that you guys can execute. And so let me add this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. So y'all, first of all, if you are here tonight, hey y'all, hey, especially for everybody who is watching live, make sure that you interact with me. This is going to be a real workshop, okay? I have a lot to share with you. And so I feed off of your energy. Say hello to me. Let me know where you are checking in from. I'm going to share a ton of information, but I want to make sure that I'm interacting with you guys and you can hear me, you can see me, and then I'll also take questions during this live stream as well. So hold on one second. All right, there we go. There we go. And so first, right, who is this for? Let me put this up. Who is this workshop for? If you are looking to launch and or to start a brand new income stream, a brand new side hustle, this workshop is for you. Or if you currently have a business, you currently have a side hustle and you are looking to diversify and or to scale that current income stream, then this is also for you. So there's something in here. Hold on. Guys, there's something in here for everybody. For some of you, you guys are going to need all of this information, all 10 steps. For others, you guys already have a business and you guys are looking to either diversify or to scale it or to make some more money. And some of y'all, look, come on, somebody. Some of y'all need to relaunch, right? You started, but you kind of let it sit right there for a minute and you actually need to restart. Okay. And so there's something in here for everybody. Hold on one second. And so one thing I'm going to start with right here, okay? 1 Peter 4:10. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. What does that mean? That means that we all have a gift. Hold on a second. That means that we all have a gift, and you should be using your gift to serve others. Hold on. No. Hold on. One second. Oh no, I don't want that. Okay, there we go. And y'all let me, if you're on here, let me know if you can hear me and let me know if you can see everything okay so I can make sure because this my technology was acting a little crazy for a minute, okay? Hold on. Can you guys see this? Okay, there we go. Hey, LaShonda. Hey, love. Okay, let me know. Hey, Jenna. Okay, good. All right. So I don't know why this font is looking a little bit crazy. OMG, but we're going to rock with it. Okay. And for everybody who's my Patreon Wealth Warriors, I will make sure that I'll also send you a PDF of these slides. And so one thing I want to say right here, let me come on to the bottom of this screen. One thing I want to say right here, guys, is that incorporate the thing that you love to do, right? Many of you are business owners already. Come on, somebody, right? If you are a business owner already, that means you're already doing something on the side. Some of you already have a business, you already have a hobby, something that you're very, very good at, and you're doing it. But look, You're not making any money at it. Guys, nugget right here. And for everybody who's new, hey, y'all, hey, especially my divine ones, right? And for all of you that know me, I'm going to drop nuggets through the entire workshop. Guys, one thing I want to say right here is so many of you guys, you're business owners already. You just haven't incorporated it and you're not making money with it and working it like an actual business. So that's some of the things I'm going to go over today. And so when I say that, that could be anything. Some of you guys are babysitting, you're doing hair, you're doing lashes, makeup, personal trainer, baker, YouTuber, podcaster, landscaper, coach, author, painter, customer service, musician. There's so many things you guys are doing already, but you're not necessarily working it like a business and making money. And so we're going to talk about how you can make some money with that right now. So why am I doing this workshop today? Guys, approximately 1.4 million federal workers are not getting paid due to the ongoing government shutdown. Did y'all hear that? 1.4 million. Guys, if you or somebody you know, a family member, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker, if you or somebody you know has been impacted by the government shutdown, put yes in the comments, right? I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people here. And so that's one of the reasons. Look, shout out to Wealth Warrior Allison, right? I was on, Allison is a friend. Allison is a wealth warrior. Allison is also a business, a relationship coach, right? So follow her on YouTube, align with Allison. I was on Allison's live stream and somebody actually joined her live stream and they were like, you know what? I can't wait to invest in services after we're done being furloughed. Guys, that's what prompted this, right? And then Allison said to me, you know what? You should, do something about, starting a side hustle, start launching some, how to earn additional money, especially during this time where people are struggling. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Hey, LaShonda. Look, hey, Miss Jenna. You can hear everything. Okay, perfect. Good. And so, guys, that's what actually prompted this. So if you or somebody you know has been impacted by the government shutdown, put a yes in the comments because this is one of the things I'm going to help you with some things you can do right now to start earning some extra money. Guys, to be honest with you, some of you are going to be able to get off of this workshop. And mind, this is about to be comprehensive. Make sure you like this and share this. But some of you are going to be able to get off of this workshop and start like immediately within like the next 24 hours. Others of you are going to actually start to build something and you're going to need a little bit of time to actually grow it and scale it. But you can definitely earn that extra income in like the next 30 to 60 days, right? So why are we doing this? The other reason why we're doing this is about 42 million people who relied on what? SNAP benefits, food stamps, are currently about to not receive SNAP benefits or food assistance starting in November, right? And the last thing is that there have been tons of layoffs, right? So Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Target, Logistics, GM, Ford. Guys, one of the reasons why I'm doing this today is because first of all, some of us realize this from COVID, but how many of you guys know that, job stability in 2025? Come on, somebody. Y'all quiet tonight. Job stability in 2025 is not what it used to be, right? So that's what prompted me to go ahead and jump on here tonight and see how I can help you guys with earning some extra money. But one thing I will say here, even though I shared about millions of people getting laid off, millions of people not getting benefits, millions of people possibly not even not getting paid right now. One thing I do want to say, come on, guys, this is a wealth building ministry, is that God did not give us a spirit of fear, right? 2 Timothy 1:7, for the spirit of God gave us, does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. So God did not give us a spirit of fear. So when I'm sharing all the information, guys, I'm not sharing it to scare you. Look, you said, come on, look, amen, right? I'm not doing it to scare you. I'm doing it because, and let me say this right here, guys, get in position in advance. Come on, somebody. We're going to be wise right here. So before there's a layoff, before there's a downside, before that you get furloughed, before that your benefits are impacted, I want you guys to have some tools to get in position in advance. He did not give us a spirit of fear, but we're also going to be wise, right? And so tonight, what am I going to cover specifically? 10 steps to launch or relaunch your side hustle. I'm going to also share with you guys in-demand side hustles, things that you can do right now. And I'm also going to share some resources for you to get started like today, especially if you guys are someone, especially if you guys don't want to start your actual own brand from scratch. One thing I can say about 2025 is there's a ton of ways to make money immediately using like third-party resources. Okay. So hold on. So tip, right? Let me ask you guys, right? I see Cynthia, I see LaShonda, I see Jenna. What knowledge, skills, and experience do you currently have, right? What activities do you complete at your job right now? What have you already been paid for? What do people ask you to do or ask you for help with, right? So the goal right here is to monetize your passion, right? So what knowledge, skills, and experience do you already have when you're thinking about launching a skill? And mind you guys, let me pause. I want to give you some tangible things to think about right now in the beginning of this workshop. Because as I share information, one of the biggest mistakes I see is that you'll have knowledge, skills, and experience in one area. Maybe you're a nutritionist, you're a personal trainer, and you lost weight. But because of social media, because of marketing, because of emails, you'll be like, I want to start Bitcoin. I want to be an accountant. I want to do taxes. Guys, if you're looking at making money quickly, if you want to make money fast, somebody put fast in the comments. If you want to make money fast, then one of the biggest pieces of advice I'm going to give you right now in the beginning, right, when you're picking what you want to do, is to pick something that you already have knowledge, skills, and experience in. Look, you said, come on, fast. Somebody give me some examples. What are some things that y'all know I can't see, right? So I see you said medical as a nurse. Come on, somebody. You said fast. Look, I see Cynthia said fast. Alyssa said fast. Come on, somebody. Exactly. You want to make some money fast. So what things do you currently already have knowledge, skills, and experience? I want you to be thinking about how do you launch that right now to make some money. And guys, real quick, right? There's a difference between when you're in your season and you're in a season where you need to make extra money. Look, fast. If you put fast in that comment, you're looking to make money right now. And there's a difference between being in a season where you're working on your passion project, right? Your passion project is that thing that is in your gut that God gave you. It's that destiny walk. It's that vision. Guys, be wise about what season you're in. Sometimes you need to work that side hustle, work that gig, work that extra stream for 6 months to a year to earn that extra income so you can then work your side hustle, right? You said fast. Come on, Texas Mobile Home. I know that's right. And what did you say? You said generic. Absolutely. Come on, LaShonda. I know that's right. So I started making quilts to start trying to build business capital for a bigger vision. That's a perfect example, Jenna. What do you need to do in this season to earn extra money, to help build your capital, to earn extra income, to pay off debt, to relaunch your actual business, to help whatever is going on in your household right now? Exactly. Okay. And so for those of you guys that know me, hey, y'all, hey. But for the people that don't know me, one of the reasons why I'm doing this live stream today is because this free workshop is because I've been a self-employed entrepreneur since I was 38 years old. So I'm about to share with you guys some tips that ChatGPT can't give you. I'm about to tell you guys the real. Do you want me to be real today? Do you want me to be real today? Because this is why, a single mother of 3, somebody who was in foster care, I was in group homes, I was a mom at the age of 17. And then because of leveraging credit and later learning how to be a savvy business owner and entrepreneur, I bought my first house at the age of 21 and then retired myself from corporate America and have been a self-employed entrepreneur since the age of 38. So that means before COVID, after COVID, before it was popular, before everybody was doing it, I already was a self-employed entrepreneur. So I'm going to be real with you guys today, right? And Miss Area Star said, I get confused because we end up chasing the vision first and then we wonder why it's not working out. We've been working backwards. We got to get that money first. Listen, that is a real That is a real comment. That is a real comment. And that's why I kind of stress this right here. Like, guys, I want you to nugget, 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 nugget. Can I teach tonight? If I can teach tonight, somebody put yes in the comments, right? This is a workshop, right? And whoever's this is for, I don't care if it's for 1 people, 5 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. Who's on here? That's who's meant to hear this information. Guys, this is why I want you to say, I'm going to work this side hustle for 6 months. I'm going to work this side hustle for a year. I'm going to work this side hustle for the next quarter. I want you to be very realistic because clarity drives results. Clarity drives results. And so let me see. Hold on. He said, continuing education and massage therapy. Absolutely love it. He said, my wife and I completed a 2 or 3K loan on our home. I would love to teach about it. Absolutely. We got to talk about that. Make sure you're in our Patreon. Melissa said, yes, I can teach tonight. Arthur said, yeah, hey, Arthur, I can teach tonight. Look, he said, you said, hi, hey, El Boom, come on, somebody. All right, good. I want to make sure I got the right people in here. And so that's why I'm teaching on this, because I know that it can be very hard and overwhelming. To be honest with you, there's a lot of bad information out there. So call to action, right? Call to action. As you're hearing this information, guys, I want you to pick one problem, one audience, and one offer tonight that you can work on. Somebody put one in the comments. One of our, look, let me take this off for a second. Let me take this off. Hold on. Can I be real with y'all? One of the problems I see is that we're doing too much. We're trying to launch 5 businesses and 5 side hustles and trying to grow 5 streams. Somebody put one in the comments. It is not wise when you're in a season of trying to earn money to try and launch your real estate business and be a virtual assistant and do hair and be a landscaper and do social media management. That's not wise. So in this season, as you're listening to this, pick one thing that you are going to scale over the next 30 to 90 days. I would even say 3 to 6 months, and be thinking about that as I'm sharing the steps and as I also share some extra resources. Come on, somebody. As I share additional resources, be thinking about what that one thing is so that will drive clarity for you, okay? And so think about your call to action. Pick one problem, one audience, one offer. Your next call to action is think about pre-selling 1 to 3 spots over the next 48 hours, right? So think about, I hope you guys have a notebook and pen. It's going to be a real workshop, okay? I see Crystal. Hey, Crystal. Hey, love, right? Texas Mobile Home said 1. Valerie said 1. Come on, somebody, right? Think about the one thing. And Alyssa said, yep, that was me. I wasn't going anywhere. Now I have focused on one. I have so much clarity and I'm getting results. Thankfully, I was all over the place before. Come on, guys. Thank you for being honest. Being honest and sharing, it helps somebody else on here tonight, right? This is a workshop, right? This is for us the people who are on here is for us to actually make some money. And that's so true, Alyssa. I'm guilty of that myself, right? And then also think about things that you can deliver in the next 7 to 14 days, because after that, guys, you're going to be collecting testimonials and you're going to be turning those warm leads into clients if you're picking to launch your own service-based business, right? And so who wants to make $10,000, guys? I want you, if you want to make $10,000, put 10K in the comments. I want you guys to be able to map this out, okay? Map this out. So I put 10K as a benchmark. Now, mind you, for some of you, you want your side hustle, you want it to be an extra $1,000 would help you. An extra $3,000 would help you. An extra $5,000 would help you. One thing I have learned, look, you said, thank you for being transparent. Cynthia said 10,000. Texas Mobile Home said 10,000. Alyssa said 10,000. Hey, Earl, I know you're at work. Earl said 10,000. Arthur said 10,000. What do you say, Crystal? Crystal said, hi, Terry. I watch your channel all the time. I have dreams of being an entrepreneur. I'm on Social Security disability, but I want to change it because I have a child I want to put in college. And you know what, Crystal? Come on, somebody. Y'all give Crystal some love. Crystal, we stand in agreement with you that you will launch your business, you will be an entrepreneur, and that you will put that child through college because it is your desire. And we know that God gives us the desires of our hearts. I'm going to touch and agree with you. Thank you so much for watching too. Jenna said 10K. So guys, I want you to map this out. This is a nugget. Let me come off real quick. Guys, none of this is fluff. None of this is fluff. Put on your piece of paper how much money you would like to make with your side hustle? Is it $1,000? Is it $3,000? Is it $5,000? Is it 10,000? I'm always going to put 10,000 because I'm going to stretch you. Come on, somebody. Iron sharpens iron. I want you to believe that you can make $10,000 a month as a side hustle, but I want you to map it out. Map it out. One reason why we don't make $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. A reason why we don't do that is because we have not mapped out the product, service, or side hustle that will make us that. And so that's the purpose of this screen right here, right? Let me see. Look, authors. Look, we touch and agree with you, Crystal. Look, come on, I'm giving you some love, Crystal. You can do it. You can do it, Crystal. You got this. 10K a month. You got this, Crystal. Come on, I love your energy tonight. This is such a blessing. So 10K a month. How could that be? $10,000 in-person VIP experience. That could be a $1,000 coaching program, and you have 10 clients per month. That could be a $500 online course. That means you need 20 enrollments per month. That could be a $100 workshop. That means you need 100 registrations per month. That could be, let's say you have a $25 book, a $25 planner, $25 t-shirts, $25 digital product. That means you need 400 clients or customers per month. More importantly, guys, I'm mapping this out right here because I want you to believe and want you to know that you can do it. If you know that you can do it, put I can do that in the comments. I can do that. Hey, Brandy. Look, I see Brandy up there. Hey, Brandy. I can do that, right? I want you to put the number you want to make and then think about how much with your product or service, how many clients or customers you need per month so that you can actually map it out, okay? Now, I'm going to read these off. These slides are a little bit. Arthur said, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Look, Alyssa said, I can do that. I know that's right. You look, 10K per month. So, guys, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share, I can do that. I know that's right. I'm going to share 10 in-demand side hustles you can start fast. Write these down. And for everybody in Patreon, because I know that these are a little bit light on the screen. I don't know why it is doing that. No, that's okay, because I will read these to you, okay? And I'm going to go over them quickly. But these are some of the ones. Now, let me just say this right here, guys. For everybody in Patreon, I will, guys, you can join Patreon for free, and I'll make sure that I make this a free post. I will upload these actual PDF slides for you so you can go over them, because I'm about to really go into teach mode, okay? But guys, these are 10 in-demand side hustles. Now, are these the only side hustles? Absolutely not. What is this workshop for? This workshop is to help you start or relaunch a side hustle in 10 steps. And in this, if you don't want to create something from scratch, I want to give you some in-demand side hustles that you can make money with tonight. So I'm also going to share the actual resources. Is that okay? If that's okay, put okay in the comments. So are there more side hustles than this? Yes. If you don't see something on here you like, is that the end of the world? No. But what I'm doing is, what am I doing? I'm trying to give you guys a leg up. These are things that are in demand. And some of you guys said earlier, I can do that. That means, okay, I can do that for 3 months. I can do that for 6 months. I can do that for 7 months. I can do that for 12 months to get to my actual goal, right? Look, Cynthia said, thank you. Look, Mikkel, hey, Mikkel. Mikkel said, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to share some in-demand side hustles right now. Okay, perfect. And so some in-demand side hustles. So number one is online tutoring, academics, test prep. So especially if you are an educator, if you are a teacher, if you are somebody that even just has some degrees, you like working with children, college students, middle school, it could be any grade, guys. On in-demand side hustle right now is online tutoring and test prep. Another in-demand side hustle right now is cleaning houses or home organizing. Now, let me just say this right here. For all of y'all that know me, y'all know I talk all the time about one of the best investments I ever made was my housekeeper. Baby, she is a blessing to my life. Can I be honest with you guys today? And she just has a different gift than me. I have a new construction property. I am OCD. You can eat off of my floors. She is gifted. And guess what? She's an entrepreneur. She has a home cleaning business, and I invest in her services every single month. Why? Because while she's doing that, I can be doing something else. Come on, somebody, learn the value of your time. And so this is where we have different gifts. My gift is no more important or less important than hers. But house clean, I know how much I pay her. Well, Okay. And so just understand that all these side hustles right here, you can easily make $500 to $3,000 a month with just getting started with some of these side hustles. Okay. So think about what you want to actually do. Hey, Mikhail. All right. House cleaning. Also reselling and flipping. Reselling and flipping. Now, every single time I say, Cynthia said, this is good. Thank you, Cynthia. Am I giving you guys, one of the reasons why I'm sharing some of the in-demand side hustles before I share how to actually start from scratch is because some of you guys need money right now. And so I want you to know some of the options that are going to be an easier barrier for you guys to get into. So guys, reselling and flipping. Now I know Mikhail, look. I know Mikhail about to jump out her seat. Guys, when I'm saying reselling and flipping, I'm not talking about real estate. Guys, there are people that have designer bags and they sell their designer bags. They flip it. They have jewelry. They have watches. They have shoes. They have clothes. Come on, somebody. They have cars. Guys, reselling and flipping means that you currently have something of value and somebody else wants it. Guys, how many of you guys have heard of Facebook Marketplace? How many of you guys have heard of, was it Poshmark? I have some extra ones on here that I'm going to, actually, I think it was on the slide. I know people that are making $500 to $1,000 per month. Look, all the dresses I have from doing all these events and stuff. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I started donating mine to a shelter. There's a shelter in my area for women, and they're trying to enter the job force. So now I actually donate my dresses and like stuff. But I have also sold them and made a quick G. How many can use a quick extra $1,000 for a dress I wore 1 or 2 times just to do a video or just to do a flyer? Guys, I'm telling y'all, I'm sharing with y'all some real stuff. Did that make sense? Look, Mikhail said, oh, look. So flipping and reselling does not mean, I want you to think about, look around your house. You got brand new shoes you ain't never wear. You got a purse you used one time. You got jewelry that's still in the box. Y'all better stop playing, okay? You said hand. You got a question, Arthur? Y'all better stop playing. And so you said this is gold. I can only imagine the info you have in your Patreon program. I know that's right. You better come join us, Texas, because I'm doing a live group coaching session tomorrow for just Patreon. This is a live for YouTube, but I'm doing a private session for Patreon tomorrow. All right, so let me put this back up, guys. So reselling and flipping, right? You can start with $0 to $100, starter inventory, shipping supplies. You can go to Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Poshmark, Mercart. You can pay, you just be consistent and start with easy niches, sneakers, electronics, books. How many of you guys know that you can literally sell cell phones? You can sell old laptops, flipping and reselling. Also print on demand, right? Start with free stuff. You can get them print. You can use Canva designs. You can resell on Etsy, on Redbubble, on Merch by Amazon, Shopify. I'm sharing with you guys some real stuff. You said, hold on. He said, Siri said, my 7-year-old daughter said, hi. She's the one I want to put through college. I want a better life for her. I also want to change my zip code, like you said. Absolutely, Cynthia, Crystal. And you know what? You're on your way by being here. Take some notes. This is a lot of information I'm going to share, but this is literally like the beginning of you putting together a plan, right? Arthur said, I went to raise my hand for 1K. I know that's right, Arthur. Arthur said, I want to make some money, right? And Crystal said, because where I live is not a good environment, but you're going to move. We're going to touch and agree that you're going to be a homeowner, Miss Crystal. And some other things for in-demand. So 10 in-demand side hustles that you can start fast. Also digital templates and downloads. You guys can use Canva, Notion, Google Sheets. You can sell things on Etsy. And this is where like there's so many different sites that you can use things on. You can use budget trackers, wedding planners, make resumes, guys, create 3 to 5 products and basically just drive traffic to those products. And so what did Alyssa say? You said Mercy Card too. I've sold empty phone cases, not a lot of money, but literally you can sell anything. Come on, somebody. So this is where, look, great comment, Alyssa. Can we learn tonight? Guys, this is where, what did I say in the very beginning? What have you been paid for before, right? So maybe you started something, you made a little bit of money, and then now because you're on this workshop, you're like, you know what? Let me revisit that. Let me do it at a higher volume, or let me do it with a more expensive item. Guys, I was on the workshop, I think like 2 nights ago, or like last week, and I have like about 15 cell phones over there. I have 3 printers. I have 2 shredders. I have probably 10 mics, 5 ring lights, 5 laptops. Guys, look around at some of the stuff that you guys have that you could actually sell. And then it's volume and consistency. How many of y'all got treadmills and bikes and all those things that you're not using? Stop playing with me, okay? When you're in a season where you need to make some money, you're going to exhaust all resources. That was flipping and reselling. So I joined last week. Oh, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia. You sure did. I joined last week. And it's the best decision I made for my personal growth. We're so excited to have you, Cynthia. And I'll see you tomorrow, too. Right. And Mercer is a site to sell stuff on. Absolutely. And so some more in-demand side hustles, right? So food and grocery delivery. Let me say this right here, y'all. How many of y'all have used Instacart? Can I look? For all of you guys that know me, hey, y'all, hey. For everybody that doesn't know me, when I sip my water, I'm about to say something inappropriate. Can we have fun while we learn? Can we have fun while... Did I already give you some guys some ideas? Can we have fun while we learn? I have not gone grocery shopping in like 3 years. I don't like it. And I don't want to go. So I don't. I use Instacart. Guys, if you have a car, you can make money with DoorDash, with Uber, with what is it, with Lyft, with Instacart. And so like some of these things right here, as I was looking at them, I was like, yep, I pay for a housekeeper. Yep, I use Instacart. So there are people that will pay for these things. So somebody put yes in the comments if you saw a side hustle that you've either paid for or you would possibly consider. If you saw a side hustle that you've already used yourself before or you would consider doing, put yes in the comments. So pet sitting and dog walking, freelance writing like blogs, emails, website copy, newsletter. Virtual assistant is huge, guys. Virtual assistant. Let me come off real quick and talk to you guys real quick about this. I literally started off my virtual assistant is now a full-time part of my team. Easily $1,000 to $3,000 a month to answer somebody's phones, emails, or you can't use AI for everything. And some people don't want AI for every single thing. Guys, if you have a computer, you understand how people will pay you for their calendar, for emails, for calls, for text, to set up make their slides. Everybody is not tech savvy. Some people use AI, some people don't. Some people like me hire an assistant and I have my assistant use the AI, but I still have an assistant that I pay for. Guess where she works? From the comfort of her own home on her laptop. And because of what we invested in her, she now just she got a house built. Come on, somebody. How many of you if you would like to make thousands from home, if you have a computer, you can start a side hustle literally today in a virtual assistant. And there might be just different kinds of virtual assistants. Some are for scheduling, some are for customer service, some are for marketing, some are for social media. But I want you guys to know that when money is an issue, come on, somebody, we're doing the thing that we can get started the quickest with the least amount of overhead. The quickest with the least amount of overhead. And then we will transition into something else that maybe is something that we love or our passion project. Right. And so Alyssa said, yes. Look, come on, somebody. You see something on here that you've either paid for or you would consider doing. Arthur said, yes. Cynthia said, yes. Look, Mikhail said, yes. Aaron, concierge service, phenomenal examples. Phenomenal. Like I pay somebody to do my travel. I don't want to do it. Right. And so some examples: pet sitting, dog walking, freelance writing, virtual assistant, social media management. Guys, I just gave you 10 in-demand side hustles that you can start quickly. And I'm also going to give you some websites that will actually do this for you. Now, a tip right here, and some of y'all really need to hear this: leverage social media. Your goal is to earn additional income. This means that you need people to know that they can hire you and invest in your services. Don't be an undercover entrepreneur. Let me get closer. Don't be an undercover entrepreneur. People can only support you if they know what you're doing. You put it out there regardless of who's going to, and maybe friends, family, alumni, coworkers, and maybe not. Maybe somebody else discovers you. But the whole essence of being any kind of business owner, full-time or part-time, is to get eyeballs on your product or service. So look, come on, y'all. How many of y'all are leveraging social media? A lot of us are not. And so then why do I talk about social media so much? Because it's free. Because it's free. And so the tip right here is don't be an undercover entrepreneur. Leverage social media to get eyeballs on the thing that it is that you're doing. Now, guys, here are 10 top sites for all-purpose freelancing. Look, let me come off real quick. I need y'all to pay attention right here. I just gave you 10 in-demand side hustles. Guys, if you already have gotten some value and learned something, put yes in the comments for me, right? And I'm still going to go through 10 steps to actually start from scratch, but I'm also going to give you right now the resources. What did I say in the beginning? I'm going to talk to you about launching or relaunching your side hustle. I'm going to talk about in-demand side hustles, and I'm going to give you some resources. I'm going to give you some free resources to get started with any of these side hustles and or with your actual business right now. Now, let me say this right here, and I'll use Allison as an example because I use her and she never, look, Cynthia said, look, Jenna said, yes. Thank y'all. I see Wealth Warriors in the house. Cynthia said, yes. Look, Alyssa said, yes. Come on, somebody. I'll make sure I'm talking to the right people out there. Y'all make sure y'all like this for me too, so I can continue to do free workshops. But this is where, guys, for some of you, you've already launched your business, but you're not making as much money as you would like. So this is where, as I'm about to share some of these extra resources for you guys, think about, can you put your business on that extra freelance website as well? Let me give you an example. I'm going to use Allison because she's the one that prompted this, right? Allison is a dating and relationship coach. She has her own brand, her own coaching, her own online services, a way that somebody who has their own business can diversify, come on somebody, and earn additional streams. Come on somebody, maybe she puts her online course on Teachable, her online course on Fiverr, her online course on Upwork. Maybe she puts her coaching sessions on there. For all of you, I know Mikkel has also like rented cars. So maybe you have your rented cars on like Turo, but maybe you also have, pickup service for proms, for baby showers, for going to prisons, for visiting children in college, for Sweet 16 parties. Maybe you have an ad or an extra like service posting on one of these freelance websites. Why? To get discovered. So guys, you can use some of these freelance websites I'm about to share with you for if you have you want to just freelance something that you're getting started brand new, or so let me put or in the comments, or if you already have a business and you're looking to diversify and get more clients and customers, you can put your business on these freelance websites and actually get more clients and customers, get more eyeballs on your actual thing. Look, did that help somebody? Hold on one second. So let me see. Jenna said, look, yes. Look at Arthur say, yes. She said, I'm just like, hey, Eugene. Look, Lisa. Hey, Lisa. You said, or look, come on, somebody. Or, okay. So some top 10 sites for all-purpose freelancing. So Upwork and Fiverr. I talk about Upwork and Fiverr all the time. Also, freelancer.com. Also, Guru. Also, TopTal. So listen, guys, look at RMK. Hey, RKM. I had a look. What in the dyslexic? RKM said yes. Cynthia says yes. It helped me. Mikkel said yes. I'm going to give you guys some ideas, and right, because I know some of you on here, I'm going to use some of you guys as example. But these are freelancing websites, guys. Freelancing websites that you can start today, tonight, when you get off of here. And or you can add your business to them already. Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer.com, Guru, TopTal, and then here go 10 more. 99 Designs, Market Hire, Flex Jobs, Simply Hired, and LinkedIn Service Marketplace. Did y'all know that LinkedIn had a service marketplace? I'm teaching today, y'all. Literally, whatever it is that you do, I don't care if you do thumbnails. I don't care if you answer phones. I don't care if you're a babysitter, if you do hair. I don't care if you paint. I don't care if you're a landscaper. Guys, nugget, action. And can I give you all some real stuff? Go. Let's say you go on Fiverr and search for the thing that you do. Car rentals, event design, property management, social media management, virtual assistant. Go on the freelance website and see what's out there. See how they're pricing it. See how they're presenting it. And then you create your own profile tonight for free, because you can always adjust it. And you can put your current business on there, or you can start a brand new business tonight, the nugget is that I'm giving you some actual websites that you can literally start getting paid. Like you can make a posting tonight, y'all, and have somebody see it and want to hire you tomorrow. I myself, before I had a full-time team, have used Fiverr and Upwork for thumbnails, for graphics, for flyers, for ebook design, for website design. Come on, somebody. Okay. So let me put this back up here. So those are some all-purpose websites, right? And I think there was and then LinkedIn, and then so what I wanted to another nugget right here, guys. So wait, let me go back to these real quick. Let me make sure I read them all to you. Upwork. So top 10 sites for all-purpose freelancing. Are these the only sites? No, these are some of the top reputable sites. Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, Guru, TopTel, 99 Designs, Market Hire, Flex Jobs, Simply Hired, LinkedIn Service Marketplace. Right? You said you are teaching. You are teaching tonight. Come on, somebody. Look, Mikhail said LinkedIn Marketplace. You're learning something new. And you said, I can sell my food. Absolutely, you can. Literally, you just need an email or a phone number. You actually come on, Dwayne, you can put what kind of food you sell, how to reach you, and give free quotes. Come on, somebody. How to start and make some money tonight, especially in this economy where there's layoffs, where there's not job security, where some jobs are going away because of AI. I want you guys to leverage your gifts so you can make some extra money. Now, a tip right here, right? Where are you going to work your side hustle? Guys, this is a nugget that I have learned by being a self-employed entrepreneur since I was 38. Guys, choose a dedicated space in your house. Create a work area in your home. Go to a quiet place like a co-office place or a coffee shop with your laptop. This helps you shift your mindset to work mode. Now, what do I mean right here? Guys, if you work it like a hobby, you're going to have hobby money. If you work it like a business, you will have business money. Guys, nugget right here. Literally, like I'm in my home office. I have a home office in a studio in my property, in this property. Guys, nugget, and I'm telling y'all this for real, right? Somebody put nugget in the comments. I don't have my laptop in my room. I don't bring my laptop in my dining room. I don't bring my laptop in my kitchen. The only place my laptop stays is on my desk in my office. Why? Because literally when I wake up in the morning, you have to create structure. Guys, I went from teen mom in foster care to having an international business with 20 streams of income and helping thousands now, not hundreds, but thousands of people launch and scale their businesses and buy property. In the beginning, it was chaos. Now my brain, I know that I get up, I get dressed, I come down to my office. Let's say I go run errands or whatever, I do work in my office. Pick a space. It will even just mentally, it will help you focus. I'm not sitting in my bed on my laptop. I'm not sitting in my kitchen and my laptop. Guys, this is a success tip, okay? Look, you said yes. Come on, somebody. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Shannon, I'm so glad you made it, right? Nugget. Do you guys currently have a place that you do work? If you currently have a place in your house that you do work, sometimes you have to go to Starbucks. Sometimes you said come on, RKM, pick a space. I don't care if you have to go to Corner Bakery, if you have to go to Starbucks, if you have to go to a lounge in a hotel, if your house is chaotic, if you want to sustain it and really make money and focus, then you need, I was paid $25 for being a vet. Come on, somebody. That's the beginning. Now, you get paid $25 an hour for 4 hours, and you do it for 4 hours, that's $100 a day, and you do it for 4 days a week, that's $400 a week. Who could use an extra $400 a week? Come on, somebody. I'm doing math right there, right? I've been watching you for a long time. Use my job to build my business. Come on, somebody. Look, work full-time at your job and part-time on your fortune. I love it. So, guys, this is a real nugget right here. This is a real nugget. Pick a place that you're going to actually work your business, because that's going to help you have success. I have 10 trade lines for my business. Come on, Dwayne, you better go ahead, somebody. Look, that's called execution right there. Congratulations. So this was a nugget. Pick a place where you're going to do your side hustle. It's one thing to pick the side hustle. It's another thing to pick where you're going to do it so you can be successful. Now, guys, I wanted to show you guys some screenshots, right? So this is what Fiverr looks like. This is Upwork. So you see right here, connecting clients in need to freelancers who deliver. Literally, you can search for anything. Somebody put anything in the comments. Anything you do. I don't care if it's selling food. I don't care if it's tutoring. I don't care if it's teaching English as a first language. I don't care if it's weight loss. I don't care if it's a daycare. I don't care what it is. You can create a page for this. Okay. This is another one for freelancers. Look, anything. This is the LinkedIn marketplace. Find and hire expert freelancers. Come on, somebody. Anything. These are what some of these sites look like. You guys can do this tonight. Tonight. That's me working full time to launch my business. I know that's right. And so that's what some of the websites actually look like, where you can literally create a profile tonight. Oh, this is the LinkedIn one, guys, right? Take your projects from to do to done. LinkedIn has its own marketplace. Come on, somebody. I'm teaching tonight, right? And so another pro tip right here, guys, pick a way that you're going to get paid. I'm going to give you guys some nuggets in each one of these areas real quick, okay? Now, are these the only services? No. Are these some trusted services that I use and are best practices? Yes. One of your action items to actually launch a side hustle or to scale a side hustle is pick a way for people to pay you. So for payments, some options: Business Stripe, Business Square, Business PayPal. Guys, for contracts and agreements, DocuSign, Adobe Acrobat Sign, Jotform, and Dropbox Sign, which used to be called Hello Sign. And for scheduling, Calendly, Acuity scheduling, and Doodle. So I personally, for payments, guys, I've used all of them: Stripe, Square, PayPal. I use Stripe the most. For documents, I've used two of them. I use Jotform too, but I use DocuSign the most. And then for scheduling, I use Calendly right now. Guys, guess what? Nugget right here. I am not an affiliate for any of these companies. This workshop is not sponsored by any of these companies. My sole purpose, Jesus, for coming on tonight is to give y'all some free game. This is very, very comprehensive. I'm telling you guys the in-demand things. I'm giving you guys tips. I'm giving you guys resources. I'm giving you guys action items. I'm even giving you guys some of the actual resources you need to get it done. Some of you, let's say like RKM, you could be a mental health therapist, and maybe you're giving out free consultations on depression. Well, maybe the only thing you have to do is set up a Calendly link and a Stripe link, and people can click on the link to schedule you and pay for a consultation. Done. Right? Like literally the services you need to get everything done. You said anything. I said I keep telling my coworkers, anything you do, get your LLC in your business. Absolutely. You said tonight, make it happen. Absolutely. And so these are some of the services you're going to need, because you don't want to get paid through like a Cash App or Zelle, even though this is for your even though this is for your side hustle, and I'm not going to talk about incorporating your business and all that stuff tonight. I'm going to give you how you can do it quickly, because this is about you guys making money quickly, especially because everything is going on in our economy. But guys, eventually you can make it an LLC, but at the very least, I'm going to show you guys get your EIN and make it a sole proprietorship, so that you guys can have a business PayPal, a business Stripe, a business Square, and that way when you're ready to make it an LLC, you can transition easily. So I'm going to put easy in the comments. I'm setting you up for success quickly. All you need is your EIN from the IRS. I'm going to show you the website and put the designation as sole proprietorship, and then get your business bank account with that EIN, and you are done. You are legitimate, and you are separating it from your personal. So you're setting up the foundation the right way so that you can scale this. Maybe you start in the next 30 days just making money, and then your goal is in 60 days to make an LLC. But because you have the foundation right, come on. Look, I've been teaching, like, because you have the foundation right, you can easily transition into the LLC. Right? Look, Anthony. Hey, Anthony. Anthony said easy. Cynthia said easy. Arthur said easy. Look, Dwayne said put everything in your EIN. Come on, somebody. And Anthony said, I set up my LLC and virtual business address last night. You better come on. Y'all congratulate Anthony. This is a workshop. This is interactive. Come on. Congratulations, Anthony. That's how you do it, right? And some people make the LLC, but they never actually launch the business to make any money. So this is where I'm showing you guys. Maybe you want to do property management later on, but in the very beginning, you're just doing Fiverr. Let me give you guys some example real quick. Let's say you want to have, let me use Alyssa. I know Alyssa is in real estate. Maybe you want to have a property management LLC, but in the immediate, you can help with tenant screenings, lease negotiations, open houses, where you can put a posting on Fiverr, a posting on LinkedIn, a posting on Marketplace, a posting on Upwork. Hey, hire me for property management. Hire me for, I have property management. I can do open houses. I can do tenant screenings. I can do lease negotiations. Here is my payment. Here is my link to schedule on my calendar. And here is the payment link. And then you're setting up a contract if they actually hire you. I'm telling you guys literally the blueprint to make money in the next like 30 days or less, especially using some of these actual freelancer sites. Okay. Hold on. Look, they said, go, Anthony. Look, Mikhail said, go, Anthony. Anthony said, thank you. Look, Cynthia said, congratulations. Congratulations, Anthony. Look, you said, I'm coming in late. I'll restart the video as soon as I know that's right. And Alyssa said, congratulations, Anthony. Yes. So these are some of the resources. He said, this is a good idea. Thank you. Look, come on, somebody. I said, because I know some of you guys on here, I was going to share some examples that was very, very timely for you. He said, Jen said, the best thing I did was start my LLC in June. I was getting discouraged with building credit, finally made movement this month with 5 trade lines, and I got a gas card and AMX last week. You better hold on, Jenna. How you going to drop all that goodness on us tonight, Jenna? You better go ahead. Come on. I'm so proud of y'all, Jesus. I'm trying to get emotional. I'm so when I tell you guys, when I share information on YouTube, when I share information in Patreon, you guys don't understand that I'm talking to a screen. I don't know how it's being received. I don't know if you guys are executing. I don't know if it's helpful. So I just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here, because I really did think long and hard about the information I was going to share tonight. And I really tried to pack it with things that you guys can do immediately to make money, right? Because I've been in that season before where I've had shut off notices, where I didn't have all the resources, where I didn't have help, where I didn't have 20 streams of income, and I'm a single mother of 3. I remember those days. And so my goal was to share some of the things that I did in those moments where I needed money that would help me get through those dark times. Guys, for all my Patreon people, you guys know that I talk about when I first launched my business, I had the knowledge, skills, and experience. Can I be real quick? I had the knowledge, skills, and experience, right? I'm a credit expert. I know about finances. I'm a business coach, but I was not a good entrepreneur yet. I came from corporate America. I did not realize everything that went into entrepreneurship. I didn't realize sales and marketing and inventory and follow up and customer service and websites and systems and automation and messaging and social media. I can go on and on and on. I knew I could get people results. I didn't know how to draw the people in. I didn't know how to price my products. And I had some dark days, guys. And I shared on Patreon for 6 months. At the time, guys, I had a black Audi A8. I did Uber. It wasn't even Uber Eats. I did where I pick up people for 6 months. I did Uber Black, taking people back and forth to the airport. I'm from Philly. Shout out to all my Philly Jones. I gave myself a goal. I said, I'm going to drive Uber for 6 months while I learn how to be a good business owner. I'm going to humble myself and do something I don't really want to do so that I can get myself through this season. I am a mother. I have 3 kids. I will not give up on my Jesus. I will not give up on my dream. I will not give up on my vision. I started this thing. I'm going to see it through. I will do what I need to do to make money in this season. Recognize this season you're in. And so for 6 months, I was picking you up and dropping you off at the airport. I was working my business all day, doing homework with the boys, cooking dinner, doing laundry, and then doing Uber all night, doing Uber on the weekends. I'm sharing because when I coach and I teach from a place of empathy, not a place of judgment. I've been there. I know what it feels like. I wish somebody would have told me these are your options. I wish somebody would have told me, have you tried this? I wish somebody would have told me these are your next steps. I wish somebody would have told me, did you know that you can make money doing this? I'm sharing because I'm hoping that there's something in this information tonight that's going to help you get through a season where you may need some extra money for your household. Look, amen. All right, guys. So the tip was to set it up. Look, they said, thank you. You said, wow. Look, they said, congratulations, Jenna. Look, congratulations, Jenna. Jenna is getting it done. That is getting it done. Get it done. Thank you, Terry. I've been watching, listening, and doing. I know that's right. I know that's right. You said, thank you for the nuggets. Look, It said, come on, Jenna. Oh, you say you are the bomb, Terry. I truly love you. God definitely made an angel. Oh, thank you. Don't y'all make me cry in the middle of the workshop. Thank you for all you do for our community. Y'all are a blessing. Look, God will bless you to be a blessing. God will bless you to be a blessing. God will bless you to be a blessing. I'm going to make some moves now that I have some nuggets. You said I turned my bedroom closet into an office. Smart, 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 smart. Make a dedicated space. You said, hey, Terry, welcome. Hey, Catherine. I'm late. Oh my God, this is some awesome info. Thank you so much. And I'm still going to share. I have 10 more steps to share with the with launching on your own, right? I need to jump on this. Cynthia said, I'm interested in Pennsylvania. Yes, you are speaking to my spirit. Come on now. I know that's right. All right, so hold on. So that was a nugget. Is the pick? Is it? I'm sharing you guys some of the resources. You said this is so good and encouraging. Yes, Cynthia. We all have a day one. We all have a day one. Let me just say this right here. Guys, don't compare your business or side hustle to where I am now. I've been doing this for years. It didn't look like this in the beginning. One of the reasons why I share so much and I'm very transparent about when it's been good and when it's been bad is because one of the blessings and the curse with social media is everybody shares their highlights. Everybody acts like they launched their business, they were a multimillionaire. It doesn't work that way. What somebody's business looks like year 5, 10, 15 is not how it looks in the beginning. So for all of you on here who are launching or relaunching your business, understand that everybody started from day one. Everybody started with one customer, one idea, one product, one service, one subscriber, one follower, one comment, one view on one video, one view on one podcast. We all started with one. So don't compare what it looks like today. I'm sharing with you guys that it took a lot of work to get right here. Best decision I ever made in my life, but I'm sharing because we all need a little bit of help. Look, if we all need a little bit of help sometimes, somebody put all in the comments. We all need a little bit of help sometimes. All right, we're going to go through the rest of this. So get your EIN, guys. You have your sole proprietorship, and I'm not talking about incorporating your business right now. You guys can go to the irs.gov, get your EIN number. Look, you guys said we all need some help sometimes. We all need some help sometimes. We all need some help sometimes. You guys can be, hey, Dolores, you guys can be a sole proprietor, get your EIN. That way you guys can do your business PayPal, your business Stripe, your business Square, okay? And then one nugget right here, because it wouldn't be me if I don't mention credit at all. But just remember that 700 and above personal credit scores helps you qualify for personal credit, for business credit, and for real estate financing. So it is the foundation of looking good on paper to leverage to build wealth. And so if you're unsure where to start with your finances, start right there. Like Dolores said, hello, hey Dolores, with your credit scores, because we're only using our credit for income. Hey, Adora, this is where we only use our credit for income producing information and income producing assets, because our goal is to leverage to build wealth, not to get into a bunch of debt. And I shared earlier, but I just want to share right here, especially for everybody who's new, that when I bought that very first house, guys, I only made $14 an hour. It was not a mansion, but it was an upgrade from where I was at. And so I'm sharing that because one of the very first things I did with my credit was to buy a house for my family, right? And so just as an action item, as you guys are here, right, just make sure you guys can get a free credit report from annualcreditreport.com, and you guys can get your FICO scores from Credit Check Total and from My FICO. Part of our wealth building, part of this wealth building ministry is for us to be a good steward over our finances, right? Part of wealth building is to be a good steward, right? We have to be a good steward over what we have now so he can bless us with more. And so part of that building, and even as you guys are earning additional income with your side hustle, make sure that you're still tracking where you are, because as you grow, me having credit was enabled me to invest in events, invest in coaching, made me be able to invest in having a team, maybe help me be able to invest in having equipment even. So having that good credit is going to be a foundation to help you with longevity, okay? Longevity. And so hold on. All right. So step number 1, right? And this is if you want to launch something from scratch, launch from scratch. I shared freelancing sites. I shared in-demand side hustles, and I shared some action items for those things right now if you want to launch or relaunch, or if you even want to diversify. But you said, Anthony said, I'm in build mode. But now I'm going to share with you guys steps if you are actually, hey, Cynthia, hey, Crystal. Okay, good, good, good. If you want to actually start from scratch. So step number one, pick a fast cash niche that you can deliver in 7 to 14 days. So the criteria is that you're going to solve an urgent problem with low setup costs, short delivery time, and clear ROI, right? So some examples, right? Maybe resumes on LinkedIn, maybe bookkeeping, maybe a CRM setup, maybe an email newsletter for local businesses, maybe executive slide design, podcasting, editing, home listings prep. There's a ton of different things you can do. Airbnb co-hosting, right? And so part of this, guys, as I said, pick, what did I say in the very beginning? One of the action items was to pick one problem, pick one audience, right? Cynthia said, wait, hold on, what is Cynthia said, I'm working on tier 2 just by watching your videos for 30 days. And yes, I'm at 690, almost there. You better go ahead, somebody. Come on, somebody. I absolutely love it. So step number one, now if you're building from scratch, if you want to build your own exact thing from scratch, pick a fast cash niche that you can deliver in 7 to 14 days. Step number two, define a painful problem and a clear promise, right? So a simple offer statement. I can help blank, get blank in blank with the time, right? So I can help, and you're going to insert who, get what, and that's going to be your result. In, and you're going to put the time frame, and then without, and like an annoying thing. So let me give you an example, right? Because that could have been a lot. I help busy real estate agents book 5 to 10 extra listing appointments in 30 days without running their own ads. Come on, somebody. Now I'm about to say something right here, y'all. Hold on. I'm about to tell y'all something. The 10 steps to launch from scratch, I could have literally made this a paid webinar. I'm about to outline everything for you from scratch in literally one workshop. You can even dump this into ChatGPT with your skills, with your idea, and have it make out a more specific plan. Now, all of you on here have different, look, you said bars. Look, Alyssa said bars. Look, you can use that, right? Hold on, you said that was a good example, right? Cynthia said good, that was good. Alyssa said bars. Guys, pay attention here, right? We're like more than halfway done. So I'm about to fix your whole life and help you scale to 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 in literally like an hour and a half, okay? Nugget right here. Join Patreon and get the free ebooks, because the free ebooks will help you with credit. We're not talking about credit tonight, but I'm about to walk through these steps. Listen up, because this is literally a business plan that you guys can customize, okay? And I'm going to put it on the screen because it's a lot to digest. So step number 2 was define a painful problem and a clear promise. This is going to be specific to you, okay? And then you're going to have 3 concrete I want you guys to understand there are 3 concrete outcomes that clients care about. They care about saved time, they care about revenue, they care about stress removed. So whatever it is that you do, make sure you're defining something that is of value to your clients or customers, okay? Step number 3, validate demand in 48 hours. So before you completely build it out, somebody put in the comments before you completely build it out, validate it, right? So talk to maybe 5 to 10 prospects. That could be people on LinkedIn, at your church, at local groups, your family, your friends. Ask them, what's the cost of not fixing this? What have you already tried? What would a win look like for you in 30 days? Before you completely build the thing, guys, I'm telling you guys some real stuff right here. This has made some of my entrepreneurs I work with over 6 figures, like real talk, right? And so find out what's of value to people. What would they actually pay for? So before you build the thing, you thought about the thing, you have it clearly defined, but before you completely build it out, you're going to validate your idea. You can also scan job boards and marketplaces to confirm what people are saying, right? And then you can also pre-sell, right? You can pre-sell 3 pilot spots. Guys, I did this. Let me just say this real quick. Look, RKM said before. Let me give you guys an example. when I was launching personal credit repair, right? Before I actually launched the whole entire program, I had 10 friends come to a workshop at my house. And I said, if I repair your credit for free, for free, for free, I'll do this in exchange for your testimonial and referrals. Is this something you're interested in? Do you need help with your credit? Are you looking to buy a house and you've been frustrated? I found 10 people. You don't even have to do 10, guys. You could do 5. You could do 3. They said, yes, I need help with my credit. Yes, I would love to go to a workshop. Yes, I do want to buy a house. I validated my idea. People had a need, they had a pain point, they needed help. And then I was able to confirm how I would help them and what the outcome would be. And then I did the workshop, increased their credit scores, got testimonials, and guys, that was the launch of my business. Now, Nugget, I said in the very beginning, I worked for TransUnion. That was TransUnion. I have years and years and years of experience. So I picked something I was already an expert in, but my actual company had not been launched yet. So I had to get results for Terry's company, not for TransUnion, for Terry's company. So that was the purpose of validating my offer and also helping some people for free for the purpose of testimonial and results. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, somebody put yes right now. I'm teaching right now. You said, how could I apply this to my business, which is a bakery with a focus on desserts? So if you already have the bakery out there, then maybe you're doing like a free bake sale for people to like taste it and then give you testimonials. Maybe you're doing a delivery online service. Maybe you're doing a workshop to show how you actually make it and you're charging people for that. Oh, you gave me a super. Oh, I got a super sticker. Thank you, Alyssa. Look, I got a super. Thank you. This is helping somebody. Look, I do accept stickers. Crystal said, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like choking to death over here. Yes, I do need help with my credit. RKM said yes. Alyssa said yes. That makes sense, right? So validate your actual. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Validate your actual offer, your idea before you actually launch it. And one thing I'll say right here, for anybody who has a specific business already, and you're like, Tara, I need more help. At the Patreon Masters level, now not free, Masters only $30 a month. I'm doing a group coaching session, private Zoom tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So you guys can join Patreon. When I repost this, I'll put the link. And I also going across the screen, we'll send you the Patreon link, guys. You can join Patreon. I'm going to take more one-on-one questions in that space. But for the purpose of YouTube, this workshop, I'm trying to give information and steps that all of you guys can utilize no matter where you're at right now. Does that help? Yes. You said, you're welcome. Thank you so much, love. Let me say, Dina, I saw something very similar to your business this morning. She said send emails and posts offering product. Yep. And let me just, yep. That's excellent. All right. Step number 4. So you're going to package a simple, irresistible offer. Hey, soul searching. He said, this RKM, this helped perfect. And so you're going to package a simple, irresistible offer, right? Not a whole bunch of offers, one core offer, one premium option. So example, maybe you're doing a LinkedIn profile revamp, right? To help people who are already on LinkedIn to get more clients, customers, and leads. And maybe you're charging $4.97 to set up their whole LinkedIn profile, to do their cover, to do some of their posts, all of those things. And then maybe you're doing a premium revamp that's going to be $9.97. That's going to include interview prep. What actually happens once they actually get more clients and customers. So guys, as you're launching something, no matter what it is, I don't care if it's hair, if it's lashes, if it's makeup, think about even like I show you guys all the time how I go to Sephora when I need my makeup done for events. Well, they have a base face and they have a glam up package. They have a core package. If you just need your makeup done, they have a glam package. If it's a wedding, if it's a prom, if it's New Year's Eve, right? So this is a nugget right here. Have a basic offer and have a premium option. Another nugget here, guys, is that you're always going to have some people who want premium. Let me say it again. You're always going to have some people who want premium. Guys, when I go on retreats, I go VIP. When I go to events, I go VIP. When I go fly, right? Now, that's now, right? But I'm somebody who will invest in that because I want the full experience. So no matter what it is you offer, I know I'm always going to get the premium. That you're just going to have some people that are always like that. And you're going to have some people that just need some help now. They need the base. So make sure, nugget, as a business owner, I'm telling y'all some real stuff. As an entrepreneur, cater to all of your audience. I have free services. I have coaching calls that are $1,300 an hour. I got executive coaching that's $20,000. I have how much is credit level? Like $397. How much is a Jumpstart? $197. How much? I think the cheapest online course is $87. So I have things that are from $87 to $20,000. Cater to your whole audience. The outcome is different. Somebody put outcome in the comments, right? So that was a nugget right there. Have a core offer and then have a premium offer. This helps. Perfect. Dina said, thank you, Tara. Yeah, there you go, Ms. Dina. All right, a premium offer. So the next step, price for profit and speed. This is important. This is important. There's another offer. I didn't get a chance to actually say, look, for the outcome. This is critical. This is critical. Let me just say this right here. My one-on-one coaching sessions are an investment of $1,300. Now, I didn't even get a chance to post it in Patreon, but I'm about Rachel, who just got her second car in her business name, a $40,000 business line of credit, 3 business credit cards, and has 690 to 700 credit scores on all 3 credit bureaus. She did 5 coaching strategy sessions. So in 5 hours of coaching, she now has over $200,000 return on that investment. Is she mad about the 5 hours of coaching she invested in? Guys, you're pricing based on the outcome. That's why lawyers charge a different price than just going to get free help from a nonprofit or help from a regular consultant. That's why, TurboTax is a different price than having a CPA. You're pricing based on the outcomes for your client. Look, somebody said, look. Wow. Yes, I'm about to post it in Patreon, right? She did a whole testimony on everything. The outcome. People will say you're somebody who is a mother and you just had a baby and you're trying to get back into your pre-baby weight in 90 days because you have a wedding coming up. Well, you're going to pay a personal trainer a certain price over just paying $10 a month to go to Planet Fitness based on the outcome. Okay. Understand that. And so this is where you price for profit and speed. So quick pricing rule, guys. Price at 10 to 20% of the value created or 3x the cost of your time and tools, right? So depending on what that service can be, right, it can be anywhere from $300 to $1,500, especially if you're thinking about like a virtual assistant or video editing, something of that nature. And always remember, depending on what your product or service is, sometimes you want to get like a deposit and then the balance on delivery. But the bottom item, guys, remember this. Always send a payment link immediately. Somebody put in the comments, always. The easier you make it for people to pay you, the more people will hire you. I mean that. Let me say it again. Always send a payment link immediately. I can't tell you the number of times where I've said, well, I'm about to hire this person or I'm about to go to this event. There was an event I was going to go to and they had no payment link. They had no LinkTree. They had no nothing. They were like, call this. Like it was all crazy. They forgot to put on the flyer the phone number to call. I didn't go. I did not go and I did not pay for it because they made it too difficult for me. Nugget right here. That's why I said in the very beginning, have your EIN. Look, I'm teaching tonight. I'm teaching everything tonight. I don't care how many people are on here. I'm teaching tonight. Okay. This is a 6-figure workshop. This is where I don't care, guys. That's why I said in the very beginning, set up a sole proprietorship and have your EIN instead of a business PayPal, Stripe, or Square, because you have a payment link. You can send an electronic invoice. You can have that in your landing page, but you want to make it easy for people to pay you. I see this mistake a lot where people say, hire me, and then they don't have anywhere for people to actually click and hire you. For every single one of my funnels, it says, click here, and it takes you automatically to my Stripe. So this is a nugget, right? If you don't have a multi-purpose funnel, at least have your account set up so you can send somebody immediately a payment link or an invoice. The easier you make it for people to hire you, the more people are always. Oh, haven't you guys ever experienced that where it's just been hard to hire somebody? You said, I am learning, so teach away. Come on, soul searching. Good. All right. And so step number 6, we're more than halfway there, right? So set up your minimal get paid now stack, right? So that's going to be like your landing page that outlines one problem. That's going to be your promise. What does your product or service do? That's going to be your proof. Sometimes if you have not helped clients before, sometimes your proof is going to be your knowledge, skills, and experience, or proof that you've gotten for somebody else, your packaging and your price. What did I say? Calendly payment link. Calendly payment link. Somebody wants to invest in a phone call with you, they click on the Calendly link that's going to block your calendar, and it's going to automatically send them the payment link to get started. Some tools, you guys, go high level, ConvertKit, Canvas site, right? Some delivery, right? Depending on what your actual product or service is. Look, Coach, she said, yes, talk that talk, Coach C. Hey, Q, talk that talk. I'm teaching tonight, y'all. And so delivery, right? Depending on what it is, a Google Drive, a simple SOP, a Zoom meeting, a PDF. Let me say this, guys. Don't people try to make it so overwhelming and complicated. I'm giving you guys multiple examples, but I'm giving you guys real, like I'm saying, Google Drive, PDF, a Zoom link, right? I'm telling you guys the tangible things you need to get it done, because I want you guys to know that it doesn't have to be super robust. Guys, I have across the screen, right? You're texting a number to get a free link for the eBooks. The eBooks were created. They were created by my admin, right? I gave her all the information. She made it pretty. It's in a Google Drive. When you download it, it's in a Google Drive. I have an international brand. I use a Google Drive to get the PDFs to you. Simple, easy, breezy, cover girl. Somebody put simple in the comments. Don't overcomplicate things. You get paid something. If it works, don't look. The say if it's not broke, don't fix it. So guys, I'm telling you guys, depending on whatever it is you're going to deliver, pick one system and learn it and do it over and over and over again. It doesn't have to be super crazy. Look, simple, 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 simple for you, simple for everybody who's hiring you, right? You click a link, you get a ebook, you get the ebook that you download from literally from a Google Drive, a business Google Drive. Simple. Don't overcomplicate the process. Step number 7, create proof fast, even before your first client. Now, how would you do that? You can create proof through case studies. You can, let's say you were making resumes. You can redo a sample resume, a before and after. Let's say you're doing a website, a before and after. Let's say you're doing an ad campaign, a before and after. Show proof of your work, whatever it is. If it's losing weight, then show before and after pictures. If it is doing hair and makeup, show before and after pictures. If it's lawn care, before and after pictures. Guys, if you're a virtual assistant, then you show what somebody's counter looked like before and after. If you guys are doing something like house cleaning, a before and after. Guys, everything you do, you can create some proof. After you work with some people, gather some testimonials. That's what I said. Look, you guys said, look, y'all still here with me? Simple. Come on, so if you're still here, say yes. If you learn something, say yes, right? It's only 9:18, right? So we're almost done. But I wanted to make sure that one thing I've learned, let me just say this right here. One thing I've learned, especially with YouTube and so forth, is that some people want things quick. You can't fix somebody's entire life in 30 minutes, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes. And so one thing that I've delivered myself from is I give it to you all. Some people are going to listen for 5 minutes. Some people are going to stay out from beginning to end because they really need this information, because I'm sharing everything. I will never half give God information. That's not what God has anointed me to do. If I'm going to get on here and do a workshop, I'm going to give it to you all. I'm going to share stories. I'm going to give resources. I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to interact with you because it's a workshop, and that's what I'm called to do. And some people like it and some people don't. Come on, somebody, right? And so this is where you're going to create proof. Create proof. Look, come on, somebody. Look, you're still here with me. Yes. Look, I see Q said yes. RKM said yes. Come on, Alyssa said yeah. Y'all been on here. Yes. Most definitely learn. But you said you're learning today. Hey, Danita. Yes. Okay. Good. You said all the time tuned in. I'm here for it. You said, Cynthia said, I'm here for. I most definitely share the knowledge. Come on, somebody. Okay. Good. These are things that I wish somebody would have told me in the very, very, very beginning. I really do. So hold on. Yes. Hey, Dolores, you're still here. Good job. All right. So step number 8, hold on. So step number 5 was create proof fast. One thing I've learned is when somebody is hiring you, they want a fast result. This is why I talk about increasing your credit scores fast. You may need 3 to 6 months to buy a house, but I can get you a credit score increase with paying down, doing one pay for delete, one credit builder account, and giving you some strategy for utilization. I can get you a win in 30 days or less. It's always my goal. Y'all listen up. It's always my goal to get you a win fast. Why? You as a business owner, you want to get your clients or customers a win, a good result fast. And just like you said, somebody said earlier with like baking, where you want the very first time that they taste something, you give them a sample that is delicious and they buy the cake. Come on, somebody. You give them a sample cookie, then they buy the whole box, right? It works with everything. It works with everything. So my goal is always to get you a win fast. That's a success principle. Think about what the big audacious goal is and think about a win that you can get them right away. I'll use Allison again as an example. You know, she helps busy professional women with finding love and getting married. Well, it may take a year to 2 years, 6 months to get married, but a win right away is getting a first date. A win right away is getting in a committed relationship. A win right away could be, getting online dating and getting profiles up that you never had before. So you as a business owner define what the outcome is going to be. And this is, y'all, I'm teaching tonight. Think about what is a win you can get somebody right away, because when you get somebody a result quickly, a win right away, they're going to trust you. They're going to hire you. They're going to rock with you. Their level of confidence in what you do goes up significantly. Okay. And that's when it makes it easier for them to be now tied to your brand, even like a repeat customer. Okay, good. All right, so that was step number 7. Step number 8, fill your calendar with direct outreach. Look at this, guys, 3 to 5 hours, 3 to 5 hours over 2 days, right? So start with your warm network, right? Past colleagues, local businesses, community groups, alumni, neighbors, coworkers, families, friends, sororities, church groups, right? Let them know what your product or service is. Let them know that you're launching and ask for their feedback. Look at this, guys. I'm giving you guys everything right here. Send 50 to 100 targeted messages, right? Here's a script. Hi, I'm going to use Dolores. Hi, I'm Dolores. I notice whatever the specific observation is. I help somebody get this result in this time frame. I have 2 pilot spots that are $10 and they'll normally be $50, including these deliverables. Are you interested in details? Simple. This is a sample script right here, right here on YouTube Live, right? A sample script. You have to fill in the blank. And literally it says 50 to 100. Why am I saying that? Because most people will do 5, will do 10, will do 3 and say it doesn't work. No. When you're launching a business, you need to be aggressive. When you're launching a business, you need to be intentional. When you're launching a business, you need to put a little bit of effort in to get it up and running. Look, you said soul searching mind says very, very simple. So I'm telling you, you're going to fill up your calendar with outreach, 50 to 100 targeted messages. This could be emails. This could be DMs. This could be text messages, right? And then you're going to also, this is a nugget, have a follow-up cadence. You reached out to somebody, and then maybe in 2 days, you're doing a quick follow-up. In 5 days, you're reiterating the value. In 9 days, you're letting them know, hey, this is the last call. And you're aiming for 10 to 15 book calls. And out of 10 to 15 book calls, you should close 3 to 5 of those, depending on what your product or service is. Guys, again, this is a sample outline because you all have a different product or service. But guys, one thing I've learned in business is success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. These success principles work no matter what your business is. Your language is going to be a little bit different. How you deliver it is going to be different. But one thing I've learned, I don't care if you have the best. Somebody put best in the comments. I don't care if you have the best product, the best service, the best cars, you do the best hair, you do the best nails, you're the best private detective, you're the best personal trainer, the best virtual assistant, the best business coach. I don't care if you are the best. If you have no clients and customers, you are broke. I don't care if you're the best. If you have no clients and customers, you will be broke. That's why I shared in the very beginning, even freelance websites that you guys can start tonight while maybe you're building up your own thing on your own website, right? You need eyeballs on your thing. or else you will not make any money. Okay. So the outreach, it may not be the fun part, it may be the scary part, but it's necessary. It's necessary, especially in the beginning, right? You do some of the things that make you uncomfortable, right? Can you sacrifice this season to get what you want for a lifetime? The marketing and sales and outreach is one of the biggest barriers I see with most entrepreneurs. One of the biggest barriers I see with most entrepreneurs. They have phenomenal services. They are not doing their due diligence for marketing and sales. Come on, somebody. Look, I'm losing my voice, y'all. All right, number 9, run a simple sales conversation and onboard fast, right? So if you, let's say you're having a conversation and enroll somebody into your program, into your coaching, into your service, a 15-20 minute phone call. Excuse me, y'all. And for that agenda, you're going to think about the current state. Where is the person at right now? You're going to think about hitting the cost of inaction. What happens if they do not invest in services? You're going to outline your plan, your price, pause, right? Let them digest what you have talked to them about. What have you shared about your business? And then you're going to spend some time to handle 1 or 2 objections, and then you're going to close. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. I'm giving you guys the outline for a successful sales call, right? And this is another thing, after you have a sales call with somebody and they are interested in your product or service, then you're going to send the invoice and the agreement like immediately. Book a kickoff call and share your onboarding checklist. Would you recommend? Hold on. What did you say? You said, would you recommend a simple self-promoting video for services? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. If you're comfortable, absolutely. You can. I have sample videos on all of my on a great. First of all, Soul Searching Mind Seeking. I love it. Love the name. Great question. And absolutely, guys, some people are very comfortable with getting on camera and doing videos. So a video could be something you send to a DM. A video could be something you have on a landing page. A video could be something that's on your website. 1,000%. I use shorts and reels and stories all the time to talk about services, right? And so absolutely. And sometimes it's even easier. It's a great suggestion. You make one nugget right here. If you're doing promo, like 30 seconds and under, 60 minutes, 60 seconds and under, if you're explaining a service, maybe 1 to 3 minutes max. 1 to 3 minutes. You need to be able to articulate. I know y'all like, you long-winded, right? Like you long-winded, but that's because I'm in teaching mode. But guys, for whatever your product or service is, you need to be able to articulate it in a concise, professional manner. That's why in the very beginning, guys, make sure you rewatch this. The whole entire thing, because I'm teaching. That's why I gave an example about, I help real estate professionals, blah, blah, blah. I gave up the whole outline. It is, I want to say a fact, like a theory, that people that are highly intelligent can explain things with less words in a quicker time frame. Now you like Terry. You be saying the most. That's because I'm teaching though. But I know how to articulate in one sentence what I do, right? When I'm networking, I'm saying things concisely because I'm not in teaching mode. When I'm in teaching mode, I'm trying to, especially because in a mode like this where we're not live, I'm trying to over communicate so that I can convey to you guys what's going on. But being able to do that video in like 1 to 3 minutes and under is what holds holds their attention, so they can know if they want to hire you or not. All right, and number 10. Deliver, get results, and turn one-time clients into monthly income, right? Ask for testimonials and case studies immediately after the first win. Request 2 referrals. Always remember to upsell, right? If somebody hires you, you said, I get what you mean. Absolutely. If somebody hires you, then you can also propose maintenance or monthly support, right? And then you're going to track your KPIs, right? So how much outreach did you do? How many calls were booked? What was your conversion rate? What was your delivery time? What was your client margin? Guys, this part right here, tracking your KPIs, all my wealth warriors and anybody who's done a one-on-one session with me, I say it all the time. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. You must know your numbers. Somebody put numbers in the comments. If you want to really scale to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures and 7 figures, you have to know your numbers. How many emails did I send? How many people opened up the email? Out of how many emails opened up, how many people booked a call? Out of how many people booked a call, how many people did I convert? Guys, when I'm working with my 7-figure entrepreneurs, I make them do their numbers. They know I had a webinar, this many people. This is my goal for how many people are going to register. This is how many people registered. This is how many people attended. This is how many people I converted. This is how long I promoted before the registration. Guys, Jesus. If y'all knew how important the numbers are, nothing is fly by night with anything I do. That's not how you scale to multiple 6 figures and 7 figures. And so that part of the thing, like walking through, okay, well, you need to be able to know I did 3 live streams and I got this many clients. I did 50 emails. I did 50 phone calls. I did 100 text messages. I did 30 DMs. You need to be able to track what was the outreach. Look, numbers are very, very, they're critical. They're critical because that's how you're going to know I need to do more, I need to do less. Maybe you're booking the calls, but you're not converting. So that means you need help with your sales calls. Maybe you have a bunch of outreach out there, but nobody's booking a call. That means you need help with your messaging and with your offer. Maybe you get people on the calls and they actually close, but then they don't rebook with you, or you're not getting testimonials. Guys, nugget right here. Doing the activity and tracking the numbers is going to show you where you're weak, where you need room for improvement. I needed help with my marketing. I needed help with sales. Now I'm a sales beast. Okay. But in the beginning, I was not. It took me doing the work to understand where I needed help. Where is it broke? Why am I not making $100,000? Why am I not making $500,000? Why am I not making $1 million? You need to be able to understand where the breakdown is so that you can fix it. Nugget right here. Nobody is good in every area, but we need to be able to identify. I'm teaching y'all tonight. Is it okay if I teach? Y'all, everybody, if you've learned something, please like this. If you have learned something, please like it and please share it with somebody you want to see win. Guys, it took me being aware of where I needed help and focus in that area to get to where I am today. Nobody is good at everything. Nobody. I'm good at camera. I'm good at talking. I hate the back end stuff. I'm horrible with answering emails. I'm horrible with the ClickFunnels and the systems and the automation. So I hired somebody to do that with me. It took me running my business and being bad at it, forgetting to send emails, forgetting to call people back. My emails not going out on time, not responding to text messages. It took me messing up. Come on. I'm being real, y'all. It took me messing up in these areas to identify, oh, I'm great in person. Oh, I'm great when I book the call. Oh, they are happy when I do coaching with them. I can do videos, but the back end, I apologize. I forgot to send this to you. I'm so sorry. I was messing up horribly with the back end stuff. Now I have somebody do that for me, but it took me doing that thing. So come on, somebody, track your numbers for improvement. That's so good. You said teach, I'm learning. Look, I know that's right. Definitely will share. Thank you so much, RKM. He said, you're a great public speaker, though. Can y'all tell I like to talk? Look, come on, somebody. Look, we almost done, okay? So step 10 is to deliver and track your KPIs, because you need to know your numbers so you know where that you need to improve, okay? And quick tips to help you win faster. Niche down, right? Have a clear offer, a clear price, a clear outcome. Even if it's food, right? What do you make? I make cakes. Well, what's so special about them? They are vegan, but they still taste good. And what else? I deliver on time to all these different areas, right? So what do you offer? I offer cakes. What's different about them? They taste good. And what's the price, right? No matter what it actually is. Mikkel said, yes, come on, somebody, right? Whatever it is, so you be clear about that. Some other tips is optimize your profiles, right? Have great photos, specific titles, proof, like reviews and samples, right? Be consistent. Pick peak hours for delivery. Guys, when I have something I really want people to see on social media, I post. Sometimes I just post it, well, my admin post, right? But sometimes I just post anytime. But when I was really like handling all my social media on my own, because I know my audience is primarily age 35 to 55, wealth builders. Tell me if this sounds like you. Age 35 to 55, wealth builders looking for generational wealth to build legacy to earn additional income, usually first generation entrepreneurs, first generation real estate investors, first generation homeowners, and you usually have a full-time job or career and you're building your legacy on the side. Tell me if that sounds like you. Because I know my audience, that sounds like you put yes in the comments. If I described you, put yes in the comments. Because I know my audience, I also know that my audience is on social media, usually 9 a.m. or before, or 4 p.m. and after. Look, you said, yes, that's me. Look, that's me. Look, I don't even, I know my audience, right? You said, yes, first generation, everything, Terry. Look, that's me. Come on, somebody. Yes. So because I know my audience, I know when to post. I know that if I post before 8 o'clock in the morning, before 9 o'clock, why? Because that's usually when people are getting ready for work. You're stuck in traffic. You're on the train. You're on the L. You're doing whatever. So you're checking. You're on your social media, or 4 o'clock and after, because now you're getting home. You're getting settled. It's your time. You're winding down. You're checking your social media. I'm not posting a whole lot in the middle of the day, because even though you may have like a break, during break, you're talking to coworkers, you're eating your food. Everything I do is strategic. So because I know my audience, I post things I want. Now, sometimes I just post whatever now, right? But well, you said that's me. In the beginning, I was extremely strategic. Or if it's something really important I want you guys to see, I know the peak time that you guys are on social media. Why do I do my live streams at 8 o'clock at night? Because my YouTube analytics shows me that my clients, my peak customers are on YouTube between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock, depending on the time zone. Peak hours. This is going to help. This is some things to help you guys get better success, right? So peak hours. And then the last thing is to track your money, right? So log your income, log your expenses. Make sure that, if you're doing in-person events, make sure you're paying attention to permits and for insurance. And so this is where I also want to invite you guys to join our Patreon Wealth for Your Community. If you guys text free, we'll send you the link for our ebooks and for to join our Patreon. And tomorrow, I'm having a live workshop for you said I get your YouTube notification because I'm not on IG. That's perfect. Look, nobody's on all of them all the time, right? I'm on YouTube the most myself, to be honest with you. But you're invited to join our Patreon Wealth for Your Community. This is our inner circle of leaders who are building wealth together. And I do live monthly Q&As and live workshops for our master's level and replays. Look, Alyssa said yes, yes, yes. And guys, this is where, especially if you're not able to do a one-on-one with me, then this is where you can get some more hands-on from me in Patreon, right? And then this is what the link looks like for the free ebooks. When you get the free ebook, what did I say? You download from a Google. We have free ebooks for you. Everything tonight is about free, right? And then I would be remiss if I didn't say that don't forget your goal of having 700 above personal credit scores, because that helps you with employment, utilities, credit cards, bank accounts, job promotions, auto insurance, life insurance, cell phones, business credit, mortgages. It is the foundation for everything. Now, when I talk about leveraging credit to build wealth, well, one of the things I did was buy vehicles in my business name and wrap them, because it made it a business, my business owning collateral. It also made it a tax write-off. It also made it a marketing machine. So I'm not telling you guys not to live life. I'm telling you to be strategic. You can get everything in this life that you desire, but the key is to do it with strategy. The key is to put your assets, my business is an asset, before my liability. I didn't just go buy a Jaguar. I built a business first, and I had my business buy the Jaguar. If that makes sense, somebody put yes in the comments. And then the whole entire car was a tax write-off. I'm showing you that I practice what I preach. I'm showing you that this isn't just something from Chat GPT. This is something that I live. I'm showing you guys that you can have, it's okay to want more. You can be a believer and want more. You can be grateful and want more. You can be humble and want more. God gave us all a gift, gave us all a gift to monetize, gave us all a gift to help and serve other people. And so I use my gift to help other people, right? And I also use my gift to build my own legacy and my own wealth, right? And so as you're coming out of this, set your SMART goal. What is the business that you want to grow and build today? You said absolutely yes. What is the business that you're going to start or relaunch? Are you going to do a top 10%, one of the top 10 side hustles? Are you going to freelance? Are you going to build your business from scratch? Guys, I literally outlined 10 steps from scratch to help you actually build. And don't forget why we're doing this though, right? I like nice things. I like to travel. But this all started because I wanted to give my boys a different reality. It all started because I'm a single mother of three. a single mother of three, and I wanted to make sure that they had a different life. It all started because I remember what it felt like living in chaos, right? This has now always been my life. So as you're going through and on the days that you don't feel like it, and the days that it's hard, and the days that you're frustrated, and the days that you're overwhelmed, remember there's somebody depending on your transformation. It's not about you. Just like soul searching said, right? When you're the first, you're that generational curse breaker. Well, it's going to be hard. The warfare is hard. It doesn't last forever. And more importantly, it's worth it, right? And the blessing is that when you come through the valley, you pull somebody else up, right? God will bless you to be a blessing. God will bless you to be a blessing. Now I've helped thousands of people buy houses and start their business. But it started with me just wanting a different lifestyle for my boys, wanting stability for my boys, right? And so as we close out, don't forget, right, our foundational scripture. All my wealth warriors know this. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. A good man. Now, if you're going to leave an inheritance, put yes in the comments. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. You can't leave an inheritance if you don't take time to build the wealth. You can't leave an inheritance if you don't take the time to build the wealth. I started doing what I'm doing because life from my parents and resources were scarce. Come on, somebody. You're going to leave an inheritance. Cynthia said yes. Look, Soul Searching said yes. Look, RKM said yes. Look, Dolores said yes. Look, Danita said yes. You're going to leave an inheritance, right? The reason why I have to talk about this a lot, and I'm going to be honest right here, is because as believers, sometimes that mental dialogue is money is the root of all evil, and you're being ungrateful if you want more. And we serve a big God who wants us to live in abundance and prosperity. And his word says a good man leaves an inheritance. You can't leave an inheritance without building the wealth. I didn't say build up wealth for a red bottoms and for a Rolex and for a jet. I said to leave an inheritance so we can break that generational curse. I said to leave an inheritance so we can send our kids to college, so we can retire our spouse, so we can change our zip code, right? So that we can live in safer neighborhoods, so we can retire our parents, right? Where we're building the wealth so that we can lead by example, so we can have the next generation start off different than what we started, right? And so, guys, I hope that this was. I hope that this was. I hope that this was helpful. Right. I hope that this was helpful. This was a lot of information, and I was not going to rush it. If this was helpful for you tonight, put yes in the comments for me. But if this was helpful, put yes in the comments. I shared. I shared some tips. I shared resources. I shared in-demand side hustles. I shared some resources to actually get it done. I shared 10 steps for you to actually start your business. I gave you scripts. I gave you terminology. I gave you next steps. I gave you action items. I gave you examples. Guys, we're living, Jesus, in a world where a lot is changing quickly. Don't let it be. You said awesome teacher. Oh, thank you so much. Don't let it be that the layoff comes and you're scrambling. Start now. Start now, Jesus. Start now. When I said pick a time, pick a place, guys, when I was building my business, I was doing it in the morning before work. I was going to my car, Jesus, on my lunch and making phone calls in my car every single lunch break, every single break. On my break, I was checking my emails. On my lunch, I was making phone calls and doing clients in my car. In the evening, I was doing two more clients. Every Saturday, I was doing clients. Now Sunday, I go to church, right? Like this my one day I didn't do anything. That was my day of rest. But guys, pick a time. Can you sacrifice in the season? Many of us have a job or a career right now. So how can you build this while you're currently at your job or career? It started to be where I was making more of my side hustle part-time than my job. In the evenings, on the weekends, say every Saturday, I'm devoting it to my business. One thing that happens, guys, is that we work 8, 9, 10 hours at our job, but we'll put 30 minutes into our side hustle and wonder why we're not making money. Work it like a business. Put the same amount of time and energy. Say, I'm going to commit. If you're going to commit, put commit in the comments before we close out. If you're really going to commit, because I shared everything on this, okay? everything tonight. And the replay will be available shortly so you guys can go through and watch it, guys. Literally, like when you're committing, you're saying, I'm going to do 2 hours a day every day. I'm going to do every Saturday morning for 4 hours. I'm going to do every lunch break. Say you're saying it like I'm telling you guys some real stuff. So you're saying for 6 months, I'm going to do 4 hours every Saturday. For 6 months, I'm going to do 1 hour every evening. I'm going to turn off the TV. I'm not going to happy hour. I'm not going to all the events. I'm not going to all the baby showers. I'm not sitting in the lunchroom. I'm going to go to a quiet place and watch a video, invest in a coaching session, join Patreon, research, get on Fiverr, go on Upwork. Guys, work it like a business. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. Guys, subscribe. I'll do more of these. That was a lot of information. Leave me some comments and let me know if there's something in particular you want me to break down. Patreon, all my Patreon people, I ask you guys for feedback a lot. So if you're in Patreon and you guys say, hey, I would like a workshop on this, or I need help, then I'll decide if it'll be something I'll do for YouTube or something I'll do privately for Patreon. And for all my Patreon masters, we have our live group coaching session tomorrow at 7 p.m. for our masters, guys. And so I'm just going to end with this. A lot is changing in our world. A lot is changing with the government, with AI, with just a lot of turmoil. But God did not give us a spirit of fear. God, that I am not afraid. And I don't want you to be afraid either. We're going to be wise. We are wealth warriors for a reason. That means wealth because we know that we're the generational curse breaker, and that we're a warrior because we know there's going to be some warfare and it's going to be a little bit difficult, but it's not impossible because everything is possible with God. So we are not fearful. This workshop was about us getting in position in advance for abundance, getting in Jesus' position in advance for overflow, getting in position in advance for the next season, getting in position in advance to be a change agent, getting in position in advance for God to bless us so we can be a blessing. Amen. All right, y'all have an amazing evening, and I will see you soon. Good night.